Welcome to Airborne Flight Training. Coming up on this week's episode, EAA Education Center builds up after successful debut. Sportys awards latest pilot training scholarship. U.S. National Aerobatic Championships return to Salina. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. EAA Education Center builds up after successful debut. Plans are moving forward to begin year-round programming at a new facility, the EAA Education Center, that opened in July adjacent to the EAA Aviation Museum in Oshkosh. The Pilot Proficiency Center area hosted numerous full-capacity sessions during AirVenture Week that featured clinics that incorporated flight simulators in scenarios that ranged from mountain flying techniques to emergency flight procedures. It gave instructors an opportunity to collect substantial information on what clinics are most appealing to pilots who want to improve their flying and decision-making skills. Meanwhile, the Youth Education Center has become home for EAA's youth education programs, allowing those activities to be enhanced with the expanded capabilities of the new facility, including labs and classrooms. In addition to field trip opportunities for students, new evening and weekend aviation education programming is being developed, with more information now available on EAA's website. Several year-round programs are in various stages of introduction, with specifics to be announced as they are finalized. In addition, the Education Center's gathering space welcomed more than 1,000 guests as the entrance for the Gathering annual fundraiser on July 28th. That area is available for rental by aviation and community groups, as well as for other functions. And after the break, NAA honors skydiving pioneer Cheryl Stearns.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
If it looks good, it usually flies good. The Bristol series of aircraft is proof of that. Furthering their legacy of safety and efficiency, Bristol is proud to feature the Rotax 915 IS Turbo in the current lineup of aircraft. The 915 IS Turbo power plant offers more power than ever before in a light sport aircraft. Learn more about Bristol at www.sportflyingusa.com.
Throughout the globe, Piper Aircraft has hand-selected the very best in company representation, service, and support. From first inquiry to acquisition to product support, Piper Aircraft ownership is seamless and worry-free. Piper Aircraft authorized dealers, factory trained, factory connected.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some other interesting stories. NAA honors skydiving pioneer Cheryl Stearns. The National Aeronautic Association is honoring skydiver Cheryl Stearns, D4020, and 5 other aviators with the prestigious Wesley L. McDonald Distinguished Stateswoman and Statesman of Aviation Award. The NAA bestows this award, quote, to honor outstanding living Americans who, by their efforts over an extended period of years, have made contributions of significant value to aeronautics and have reflected credit upon America and themselves, end quote. Criteria for recipients include being a U.S. citizen who has been involved in aeronautics for at least 25 years. Flight Path Flyers program relaunched. Flight Path Museum LAX have relaunched the popular Flight Path Flyers program, an introduction to flight training taught by commercial airline pilots. The classes allow youth to explore the first steps toward a potential aviation career. Flight Path has purchased new computer systems specifically designed for flight training. The first series of Saturday morning classes will begin on October 15th and will be taught by Karen Goodman, who flies Boeing 747 aircraft with Atlas Air. Frustrated FedEx pilots take to Wall Street. FedEx Express pilots held an informational picket in front of the New York Stock Exchange for purpose of expressing their collective frustrations over the ongoing lack of an equitable labor contract. The pilots, represented by the Airline Pilots Association International, have been negotiating for a new contract since May 2021. FedEx ALPA Master Executive Council Chair Captain Chris Norman stated, quote, FedEx pilots are getting more frustrated every day that goes by without an agreement, end quote. AMA summarizes and calls attention to H.R. 5315. AMA has called attention to actions by the House of Representatives who recently passed H.R. 5315, the Drone Infrastructure Inspection Grant Act. It's not clear if the Senate will vote on a similar bill this year or if it will be incorporated into FAA reauthorization in 2023. If the Drone Infrastructure Inspection Grant Act becomes law, it could provide many educational opportunities for youth looking to make a career in UAS or related technologies. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Sportys awards latest pilot training scholarship. A very fortunate commercial pilot and CFI has earned a $2,500 award. Mike Petrucci has been enamored with aviation from a very early age. His father would take him to air shows and help foster his passion for flight. A close family friend who was a pilot and operated a charter business further encouraged his interest in aviation. And a Young Eagles flight in 1998 was the final push Mike needed to know that he wanted to be a pilot. It was later in life that Mike decided to make aviation his profession. With the full support of his family, Mike went to Indianapolis to dive into flight school full-time and would go on to earn his certificates through multi-engine, commercial, and CFI. Upon graduation, Mike returned home to Delaware where he works as a flight instructor, building flight time and mentoring aspiring pilots with the goal of becoming an airline pilot. Petrucci said, quote, "As I'm just starting my career in aviation, it's important to me that I never stop learning, improving my craft, and honing my skill set. I take flying very seriously and would like to obtain my high-performance endorsement and possibly build some additional multi-engine time with the award," end quote. And after these messages, U.S. National Aerobatic Championships return to Salina.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/Rusty today for details.
Welcome back. U.S. National Aerobatic Championships return to Salina. The U.S. National Aerobatic Championships will return to Salina, Kansas in October 2022. The 2022 U.S. National Aerobatic Championships will see pilots of both powered aircraft and gliders compete in 5 categories: primary, sportsman, intermediate, advanced, and unlimited. Pilots in each category will be required to fly 3 routines: known, in which all competitors fly a pre-published set of maneuvers; unknown, in which the sequences of aerobatics figures are presented to the pilot 12 hours prior to performance; and free program, in which pilots create their own routine based on maneuvers permitted in their respective categories. The National Aerobatic Championships attract America's premier aerobatic pilots and aerial display stewards. Each flight is thoroughly planned to ensure the highest levels of safety while testing the abilities of both pilot and aircraft. Flights are judged on precision, adherence to program, and excellence. Top finishers in the advanced category will earn berths on the U.S. Advanced Aerobatic Team, which will compete in the 2023 World Aerobatic Championships to be held in Las Vegas in 2023. A separate 4-minute freestyle championship will be held on Friday, October 7th. The event will be open only to the top 10 unlimited and advanced category competitors. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching!